That was Heroes by David Bowie off of his 1977 album, Heroes. For some reason it has quotations around it, and I'm not sure why, but pretty awesome album if you haven't heard it before. David Bowie in general releases a lot of great albums, but there are a lot of albums, so really you just got to find the best ones and listen to them. And this one's in that list, I would say. We're listening to that today because we have a Magnetic Fields cover of Heroes up in competition today, and I think the Magnetic Fields would be a very appropriate band to cover this song. They would it would have a deeper voice, I would imagine, with Stephen Merritt, and I could see it being a note for note like a synthesizer remake, but I could also see it being like a straight up ukulele solo piece. I guess we'll see. Hi, my name is Bean, and you're watching Battle of the Band. We're on day 64 of the Magnetic Fields tournament, and that is match 42 in round 2. Getting pretty close to the end of round 2. It's under 2 weeks, I know that. Right around 10 days, I think. If you're new here and you're wondering what the Magnetic Fields tournament is, let me fill you in. We took every single song that the Magnetic Fields released in the 90s and we threw them into a single elimination style tournament. Now the songs are doing battle and head-to-head competition until one remains in the end, and that's the very best song that the Magnetic Fields made in the 90s. The reason we only selected the 90s was because there are too many Magnetic Fields songs to fit into one tournament. We had to split it up, and this is how we decided to do it. The rest will be on its own tournament later. Unless by then they have another 64 or so songs out, which is very possible with this band. For example, today we're going to be starting off with the Cactus, Where Your Heart Should Be, which was released in 1999 on their triple album, 69 Love Songs. It's a very literal title. There are 69 love songs on this album. And this is just a somber poem over a guitar and lute. Very short song. It's also one of the longest songs that the Magnetic Fields had recorded in the 90s at nearly 6 minutes. Bowie's Heroes is also quite long. This song was released in 1996 on a David Bowie tribute album called Crash Course for the Ravers, a tribute to the songs of David Bowie. There's a lot of indie rock on here that I haven't heard of. Quasi is a band I'm familiar with. And I know Mercury Rev, but most of these other ones are complete mysteries to me. It'd be interesting to dive into if this one makes it into the next round. Now, usually covers don't make it into the next round just by virtue of being covers, they aren't originals. However, sometimes when a cover is going against something that isn't very remarkable at all, and it does something different enough and cool enough from the original, I'll bring it into the next round. The Cactus Where Your Heart Should Be is really short. That might be a mark against it, but it might not as well. Only way to really find out is to go ahead and get into these songs. Here's The Cactus Where Your Heart Should Be.
The cactus where your heart should be has lovely little flowers. So though it's always pricking me, my ardor never sours. The cactus where your heart once was has power to rend and flay. I stick because I'm stuck, because I just can't tear myself away.
It was pretty nice, like haunting guitar melody. The lute was interesting in there. I'm trying to figure out if it was a synthesizer or an actual lute. But I don't know enough about. But I don't know anything about lutes, so I wouldn't know that if it could change pitches, I guess, that quickly. Maybe there's different types of lutes that make different sounds. I don't know. Here's Heroes.
I will be king. You just for one day.
I don't know how many instruments were playing there. Like the drum machine was a pretty simplistic beat. There was a lot of texture to the music though, and I really appreciated that. I just really liked that. That was a super pleasant song. I enjoyed their cover of Heroes. Very good stuff. I like the lower impact vocals. It hits different. I like it. I'm gonna give that one to Heroes for the day. The Cactus Where Your Heart Should Be was a pretty fun little ditty, and there's definitely nothing wrong with it. It's a good song, but I really felt enveloped in that composition of Heroes. I really liked it. I mean, it might not make it another round. We'll see, but it wins for the day for sure. Like this video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share with anyone you know who might be into this kind of content, and let me know down in the comments which of these two songs you would have chosen if it were you in the hot seat today. That's all the magnetic fields action we've got going for the day, but please join me in just a little bit when we get started with the Nirvana tournament action of the day. Until then, I hope you all have a great night, fantastic afternoon, and a wonderful morning. Thanks for watching. Bye.